Hey everybody, and welcome to More Books with B. Sharice. I am B. Sharice Moore. I'm your host. And before we begin, I want to start with some housekeeping. Get your notepad, get your notebook, get a pad, get some pencils and pens. All right, and or get your phone, whatever it is you use, because I want you to jot down some of the things that I'm going to tell you today about the book that I've chosen for you to use in your classrooms, to study with your children, or to talk about with your homeschoolers in your homeschool collective. Okay? All right, so I have chosen Chef Roy Choi and the Street Food Remix to discuss today. The book is Chef Roy Choi and the Street Food Remix, and it is by Jacqueline Briggs Martin and June Jolie, and it's illustrated by Man One. All right, so I absolutely love this book. It's amazing. I was exposed to it through a nonfiction children's writing class that I took in the spring of this year. And I loved it so much that I bought it. And after checking it out from the library, I bought it. And then I actually put it in my classroom library. And many of my students really enjoyed reading it. All right, so Chef Roy Choi and the Street Food Remix is nonfiction. Okay, so it is a nonfiction textbook. And I would recommend this for grades, I would say 4 and up. All right, so elementary school on up. All right, so B. Sharice, why would you say from grade 4 all the way up to grade 12? That sounds extreme. What's the actual reading level? Well, what I would say is this. We have so many students who are reluctant to read, tell you they don't like to read, or they are struggling readers. And it's extremely important for us to put different kinds of books in front of them that may spark their interest. And so that is why I'm a proponent of using this book in your classroom libraries, no matter the grade you teach, from 4 on up. All right, it has a little bit of something for everything. And from what I know about students, they all love food. Okay, try to have a discussion about food in your classroom, and you'll see exactly what I mean. And those of you who have already done it, you already know. All right. So, Chef Roy Choi, and the Street Food Remix. As you can see, the inside has some ramen noodles on it. That's really cool. And it is an illustrated text that talks about Chef Roy Choi's journey as an immigrant from Seoul, South Korea, to his experiences as a young person growing up in Los Angeles, California, and his experiences with his mother and his family's restaurant. They had a Korean restaurant when he was a young person, and his love for Korean food. All right, so basically, Chef Roy Choi was around food all the time. His mother cooked, his father cooked. It looks like his entire family cooked. They started a restaurant, and he loved the taste and the aroma and the community and the familiarity that was Korean food. And he wanted to introduce that to others. Why keep all the great food to yourself? Make sure everybody knows about it, okay? So during his journey, he ended up not knowing where he fit in, so he went to cooking school, and he became a very well-known chef. He cooked for celebrities, he cooked for royalty, he cooked for thousands of people at a time, yet he really didn't feel like he was at home until he started a food truck. And now he has a food truck that is famous, nationally known. It's called the Kogi Food Truck. And Kogi is famous for Korean barbecue tacos. All right. So he mixes different flavors. And I love the way that this book embraces not only Korean culture, but Latino culture, graffiti, hip hop, DJing. And if you look up a little bit more about Chef Roy Choi, I know he has an episode on Netflix that is dedicated to him. and I'll try to put that in the comment sections. But if you look up some of his smaller YouTube videos, he talks about how important LA is to him. And he talks about how important it is to use food to bring cultures together, to bring different people together. So I think this would be an awesome read for your young people. Again, grades 4 all the way up to grades 12. And read it with your children if you'd like, especially if you know you have a child that wants to be a chef, you know, who enjoys cooking, who's in the kitchen with you, asks you questions. This is perfect for them. Okay? All right, Chef Roy Choi and the Street Food Remix. So I've thought about it, and I'm going to give you an activity that you can do with this book. And this would be great for parents, homeschoolers, and independent schoolers. Okay? So I started to think about the book. All right, and it's about food. And I also started to think about what my students enjoy most in my class. And one of the things that they really enjoy is creating multimedia presentations, whether that's PowerPoint, whether that's Sway or Prezi, it doesn't matter. They really enjoy creating multimedia presentations, all right? It allows them to add sound effects, allows them to be creative, it allows them to add graphics, and we should always encourage that. So I thought about Chef Roy Choi, and I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if students created their own menus, okay? So have your child or have your young person that you work with do some research on different kinds of food. If they want to talk more about Korean food and research more Korean food, because that's another thing I did not mention in the book, the authors take great care to include these little side notes, okay? These text features, excuse me, they're not called side notes. English teacher, I should know that, right? These text features, which talk about and define in more detail the different kinds of Korean food that Chef Roy Choi grew up eating and things that he ended up combining in his Kogi food truck, okay? So if they want to do some more, you know, research on Korean food, that's wonderful, and create their own menu, that's fine. However, encourage them to look at other types of food and give them this task. Look, you had the opportunity to begin your own food truck. What would you sell? What would be the name of your truck? All right, and show us a menu and design it for us. Okay, so those particular standards would be reading informational text, 6.7, which is integrate information presented in different media or formats. And your writing 6.2 standard, which is introduce a topic, organize ideas, concepts, and information using multimedia. So again, PowerPoint is basic. Pretty much everybody knows PowerPoint. But if you can get your students to learn Sway, I would say yes, all right? Learn Sway. It's very, very easy to learn, okay? I've taught it to my students. I usually use maybe like a half class period to get them familiarized with Sway. So they'll have something else in their pocket, you know, whenever they're given an assignment like this and they are not just stuck with PowerPoint. And though they're reluctant at first to learn something new, they end up really enjoying the way Sway looks, okay? And that's just MS Sway, or you can go to sway.com and you can sign up, all right? And it's online, sway.com. And your students can design a Sway, all right? So again, food truck, if you had a food truck, what would it be called? What kind of food would you sell? And what would be on the menu? And have them design it, all right? So hopefully this has been great for you and informative for you. And leave comments, like, subscribe. And again, the book is called Chef Roy Choi and the Street Food Remix by Jacqueline Briggs Martin and June Jolie, and illustrated by Man Wan. Pick it up, add it to your classroom library, talk about it with your children, and again, subscribe and share. Take care.